Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you again for another album review. I forgot to put down that it was an album review that I'm doing. And this is for Halsey's new album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, that I'm going to be reviewing. This album review, of course. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 13-track album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, the runtime's only like 43 minutes, so it's not so bad of a runtime. But what did I think of this album overall? It had some good moments, but there were some iffy tracks too on this album as well. Like, Lilith was not really my favorite song. It was one of the weaker songs, so I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5 in my opinion. It was average at best. There was just some production work in the song that I wasn't used to, like the electronic sound effect that comes in with Halsey's voice towards closer to the end of the song, and it just kind of ruined it for me. I was like, I don't know if I feel for this one. Girl is Gun, I meant to say Girl is a Gun, was decent. Not my favorite one either. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's a little better than Lilith, but yeah, it is what it is. The first two songs were great. I really liked the first two songs. Then the album starts to feel like it's going almost nowhere. Uh, Almost nowhere. There's still some positives and negatives about this album. The negatives being the production work is not the best, and the some songs with the production is not bad, but it could have done a little bit better, in my opinion. You Asked for This was iffy. It was not a bad song. I was almost going to say iffy. But it's not a bad song. It just could have been a little bit better. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. That's not a bad rating to give a song. Uh, Darling. Sorry, I was eating for a moment and my throat got a little scratched up for a moment. Um, Darling was a really good song. I really liked the acoustic guitar in the song. It sounds really good and it flows very well. So for the 3-minute runtime, it's a pretty good song. So I gave that a 5 out of 5. 1121 was really good. Then comes Honey after that, and that wasn't so bad. Honey was good. Then there were certain moments I wasn't sure if I liked, but overall I gave it a 5 out of 5. I'm like, you know what? I'll just give it a passing rating. Whispers was a little weird with how she's singing the song. Halsey is, it didn't mesh well or mash well with how the song was gonna play out. With her whispers, singing and all that, it kind of bothered me a bit in a way, but that's just my opinion. I Am Not a Woman, I'm a God. It kind of repeats itself with how Halsey is singing the song, but just to be honest, it's not a bad song. It production wise, it could have used a little more work and probably have some momentum with the track and something to really get excited for. Pretty much, The Lighthouse was not a bad one either. I didn't hate it. It's just there's one song on this album which is called Lilith, and I wasn't a big fan of that song, to be honest. It's not bad, it's just could have done a little better with the production work. This is an album I'll have to come back and listen to again, cause just to see if it grows on me, but it is a little better than One Republic's new album, that's for sure. Uh, Not to say that these albums are terrible that came out for this coming up Friday's releases, it's just I'm not feeling for them as much. Uh, they could be from range from okay to decent. That's where I feel strongly about where these albums lie. Yeah, a Bernie, I think it's called, was a very good outro song. So at least that ended the album very well. Uh, Even though most of the album felt a little fillerish from time to time, in my opinion. But this is what she wanted to go for. There's a little bit more to this album than I thought, because it's about her giving birth to her child and all that, which, congratulations, Halsey, on that. But yeah, that's what she wanted to explain, the positives and negatives about childbirth and all that. So overall, I think Halsey's new album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, was a decent album. Not my personal favorite, but there's just certain songs on here that I don't know if I really like or not. Like, Lilith has got to be the weakest song, in my opinion. But keep in mind, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. It's just how I felt when I was listening to the song Lilith. But for score, I'm going to give Halsey's new album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, a 7 out of 10. This was decent. It's a little better than One Republic's new album, Human, but keep in mind, it's all just my opinion at the end of the day. You don't have to agree with what I thought of these albums, just my initial thoughts on what I'm listening to and experiencing listening to and what I'm going to think of it overall. So definitely comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Halsey album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power album, if you've heard it already. It will be out at midnight tonight, for sure. So I think for some Halsey fans, I think they're going to like it. But me, I like Halsey. It just depends on her songs, mostly. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I'm starting to like some of her music, because it's growing on me. But Manic and this album are pretty much tied together as being decent albums, to be honest. So I would have given this a 7.5, but considering that it didn't do as well as I thought, it was decent. It is what it is. But yeah, it's just my opinion. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna think at the end of the day. But yeah, if you did like this album review I did for Halsey, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will be returning to you, hopefully, for some more videos. I'm probably going to do the Hailstorm album reviews tomorrow. I did say I was going to do a marathon studio album thing for it. It's only going to be for 4 albums. 3 of them I haven't done. One of them is going to be a re-review. So I'm going to look into that and see what I can do. But I hope you did enjoy this album review for Halsey's If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Definitely stay safe. Take care. Hopefully you enjoyed this album review. And I'll see you in my next video.